Hi guys, so today's K-pop 101 is the question to what is a B-side in K-pop? So I recently found a Reddit post that asked what a B-side was. So let's learn about B-sides, A-side, albums, tracks, and more. Let's get started. Actually, this concept is common among buying regular albums and tracks and everything, but I thought it'd be nice to know for those who aren't sure what they are. So let's start with albums. There's 3 different types of albums. There's single albums, where it contains maximum of 2 songs, not including instrumentals. Usually, people call it singles, but in Korea, we also call it a single album. Now, in a single album, there is a digital single where it's usually released only on a digital platform. And there's also LP single or CD single, where you can actually purchase the physical copy that contains that 1 or 2 songs. An example of a single would be the recent comeback with Baby Monster, where their title track was Forever. Next is a mini album, which contains at most 6 songs. So a good example would be Girl Idol's comeback. That's coming actually July 8th on their 7th mini album, I Sway. And you guys know probably when it says album or full album, that's when they have more than 6 songs. So NCT 127 is coming out with a full album this time on July 15th. And then albums are recorded in multiple ways. The 2 biggest ones that I found were studio albums, where the album was recorded in a studio, and live album is when the album was recorded in a live performance, concerts, and more. So then inside the album, they have tracks. And in the tracks, sometimes a group, any K-pop group, comes out with a pre-release, which is a song that comes out before releasing the album. Usually it's one of the tracks inside the album. It can be form of a music video or do a live clip of the song. And usually the purpose of pre-releases is to let the fans know, or even to let the publics know that this group is coming out with a new album or mini album. So then in the track, there's a difference between A-side and B-side. We rarely use the A-side, I feel like, lately. Instead of A-side, we usually use the title track. Now, where the A-side and the B-side terminology came from was back in the days, cassette tapes had 2 different sides. So then A-side are the title songs and B-sides are basically the rest. Sometimes people come up with double title songs, which means that there are more than 1 title song. And this also happens in the Western culture. For example, back in 1966, that is very old, but Beatles' Day Tripper was a famous early double A-side release. Now, in the K-pop example, aespa's Supernova and Armageddon is a very good example of a double title song, but there is kind of a couple of K-pop groups that break the traditional terminology. For example, NewJeans' recent comeback, Bubblegum, is actually a B-side song, but they still created music videos and did a little bit of promotion, not as much maybe as How Sweet, while their first single was How Sweet, a collaboration with Coca-Cola. But NewJeans know that their fans are looking for and willing to watch any videos that they put out. So thank you, NewJeans. We really love Bubblegum's music video, by the way. So anyways, this was the basics to learning about tracks and B-sides. So stay tuned for the next K-pop 101.